Welcome to MWEB's Entrepreneur Zone. Today I've got Yaaseen Cader with me from Kader Bespoke. Welcome, Yaaseen.
Hi, thank you. Thank you for having me here. Really excited.
Tell us a bit about your business.
Well, my business is a mobile salon. I go to people's houses, I cut their hair for them, do colors and I do cuts, and I serve both men and women.
And your point of differentiation is that you are mobile. How did that come about?
I got so fed up of being in one place, and I thought it would be really nice to go into my different clients' homes and that sort of thing, experience the different cultures, how they live, that sort of thing, So that was one of the big reasons why I wanted to get out the salon.
And obviously then you need to build up a client base. How did you change from being in a salon to being mobile and build up that base?
Well, basically I had lots of my clients follow me from the salon, and then before I actually was at the salon, I was working at my home, which was in Crawford, right? And I had a salon there. So I had lots of people from there follow me, plus the people from the salon, which continued coming to me because my haircuts were so good, they kept on coming to me, which is fantastic because wherever I moved, they followed.
And obviously it's important then for you to give great service and keep your customers happy.
Yeah, exactly. I apply myself to every client like it's per se my own hair. And that's why I know I would always give them the best hair without making them feel like idiots or anything like that, walking around with a haircut that it looks good in the salon, but when you get home it looks terrible. That's generally the problem that everybody has, what I mean? So yeah, I just apply myself to them like it's my own hair, and that way I kind of safeguard them and myself of having hair which is versatile,
And your business is about a style, it's about creating style for people, it's about image and experience. How do you build your personal brand so that people trust you?
Give them good, honest service, man, and look presentable, smile, listen to them properly, Don't charge them an arm and leg, per se.
And it's a popular business to start. There are lots of hair salons around the place, and some do well and some not so well. What do you think makes the difference? What's the key factors for success?
I think it's kind of similar to the question before, is just applying yourself, really like it is your own hair, and don't give up, persevere, man. And improve yourself, keep update with what's going on, or keep update but also be better than that, try and better it the whole time, so still with your eyes, take a bit and then apply it and see what happens,
And the last few years has been quite difficult economic times. Have you noticed that this has affected your business?
That hasn't affected my business. I've affected my business, yeah, because you get lazy. You want to go enjoy the beach or something like that. But other than that, no. My business has been growing really nicely. So because I've been applying myself a lot better, So yeah, no, it hasn't affected me at all.
And touching on that point of, if you work for yourself, that discipline to keep driving forward. How do you keep yourself motivated?
Well, I've got amazing clients. That's my driving force. Is that I look forward to going to go cut my clients' hair, because they're just such wonderful people. Whether it's men, ladies, old, young, whatever, they're just awesome. And it's kind of extension of yourself, what I mean?
And obviously you focus on retaining customers, but how do you go about growing a new customer base and expanding on it?
I'm a lot out and about. I love cycling bicycles, so wherever I cycle to clubs on my bicycles, I go for dinner on my bicycles, so it kind of attracts the people in. They ask you about your bicycles, they ask you then what you do, what I mean? And I tell them I'm a hairdresser, that sort of thing, and I say, if you like my number, I'll give you it, you can come when you feel like it, what I mean? So yeah, I think that's like a pulling power, is just having my face here, I do modeling part-time. I used to make leather stuff, a bit of everything. So my face is out there, so that's kind of how I attract the clients as well.
And you were in the top 10 of the GQ, best
yeah.
dressed men?
Yeah.
That must do wonders from a PR perspective.
It was very cool, yeah, exactly that. It's brilliant marketing because there's so many gentlemen that read GQ's best dressed, or GQ magazine. So yeah, I was number, I think, 6.
Your business is mobile, which means you have to get your logistics correct and be very organized. How do you make sure that you keep to all your appointments, have all the inventory that you need?
Basically, what I do is I got my iPhone, and everything is just on my iPhone. So I go by doing it week by week. It just works a lot better for me. So I just tick off client by client, and then when it comes to driving, I work my way per se. My first client is in this side, Tiger Valley or something like that, you know. Then I'll work my way up into town, you know, so that I don't get traffic or that sort of thing. But generally it's quite easy, it's really easy. I think because I drive so much, I get to know when's peak hour, when's not peak hour, when it flows a bit better, that sort of thing.
And in a business where it's a lot around word of mouth, around connections, knowing people in the industry, how have you gone about building those relationships?
I have a big mouth, so I get talking. I used to make leather belts and I used to make leather shoes, and I got to know all the people on set when I used to do hair on sets and do hair on fashion shows like Fashion Week and Nederburg Fashion Week. I get to know all the people, and then eventually they approach me and ask me to put their things or my things in the magazines, that sort of thing. So that's how I got to network, you know, because there's lots of interesting people coming in and out the doors of the salon, the places I go, that sort of thing. So it's kind of just follow up on those sort of things, you know.
Your customers need to be happy with your product at the end of the day. What do you do when you get towards the end of a session and someone doesn't look like they're particularly happy with the results?
Well, I'll ask them, sit them down and basically ask them what don't you like about it, you know what I mean? Because it's very easy to misinterpret your client, because your per se, if I say, oh, do you like that gold, and how she perceives gold is maybe a lot different to what I perceive gold, you know what I mean? So it could go wrong there, but I'd generally spot it before, once I'm rinsing the color off, I already know then that, look, wait, that's not right. And then I'll tell them, look here, we have to correct this because I'm not happy with it. So if I'm not happy with it, then yeah, I don't think you're going to be happy with it. So I'm never going to let you walk out the door like that, you know. And
colouring is part of your your speciality?
Yeah, no, definitely. I specialize specifically in highlights. I don't know if you know much about highlights, sure you do. Highlights is where you weave the hair, you know. And the idea is to take color and make it look like it's just happened naturally, you know what I mean? And that's what I think where lots of people struggle, because they either make them too stripy or it doesn't look right, you know what I mean? The idea with hair is you want a hair to look natural. Hair's not alive, it's dead, so you want to make it, create the illusion that it is alive, you know? So yeah, that's with the cutting and that's with the colors. If you have enough experience and the right people that teaches you, I'm sure you can achieve those results, you know?
And the industry, it's a massive industry, and it's one where people still take apprenticeships and learn and through colleges. What's your experience of that?
My experience of college was quite exciting because I knew when I got to college, it was a 3-year course. I only did it for a year because I got so fed up because I would do the things I wanted to do it, not how they were trying to teach me. Because I already developed techniques before going to college, you know. And I'd either achieve the same results or better results than them. So what I did is I went for a year, got to familiarize myself with all the teachers and all the principal and stuff. I used to cut the hair, pluck the eyebrows, you know, because I knew that I'm going to leave at the end of the year. In 2 years I'm going to come back, you guys are going to fill in my hours for me. And that's exactly what I did. So 3 years later I missed like 1,000, close to 2,000 hours, and they just folded it. It was fantastic. And I wrote my exams. So it was an okay experience. I just think the syllabus is very behind, because what you apply at the salon, what you apply at the college, and when you get to the hair salon is a complete different one. It's like when you go to college and they throw you in the big world. It's like they don't teach you that, you know what I mean?
With the logistics of supplying colours and highlights, where do you get your supplies from? How do you manage that supply chain?
Where I get my colours from is the salons I've worked at before, which was Linda of London or Yazoo for hair. So that's generally where I get my colours from. And another place which is in, I think it's North Gate, something like that. There's a Twin Care, if I'm not mistaken, there, which supplies me with if I need hair dryers and colours and that sort of thing. That's where I get all my products from. So because I only do specifics, I don't need a lot of colours, you know. And because I'm not really that type of hairstylist, I don't want to sell you like a whole lot of unnecessary products. I believe in like the whole natural hair. So I actually don't have much products. You know, I have my bleachers and my peroxides, which I mix with 7 or 8 of my colors, which I have in my bag, and that's about it really. I don't use hairsprays and gels and all that stuff. I think the style's in the cut, you know.
When you get to someone's house, how do you arrange, you know, the basin and where you're going to cut and all that type of thing?
Okay, so when I get to somebody's house, some people, depends. If you've got like, mostly luckily, all the people's houses I've been to got beautiful homes. So we either sit outdoors, right? We generally sit outdoors because the weather's good, we'll sit outdoors. If it's raining, we'll sit inside. It can be anywhere. We don't sit in front of a mirror most of the time, you know. You can be sitting in front of your TV, can sitting in your room. Some people sit in their bathrooms. They like sitting in their bathrooms. But what do they need? They don't need much. They need like a chair, because I've got the capes. I've got everything I need in my bag. And when they rinse their hair, I just tell them, jump in the shower, rinse your highlights off, you know, that sort of thing. With the gents, when I cut the hair, they'll jump in the shower, you know, I mean, that sort of thing. And that's it. Yeah, it's very simple, not difficult at all. No moving around things, anything like that. It's very easy. You know, choose your most comfortable chair, because it's going to be an hour to 2 hours of hair cutting, you know. So yeah, sometimes stand up, smoke a cigarette, you know, have a coffee, have a tea. It's chilled, it's very chilled.
And then who cleans up?
Well, sometimes it's me. Sometimes if they've got an in-house cleaner or themselves, you know, hey, don't worry about it, kid. I'm like, no, I'll do it, it's fine, you know what I mean.
And you've been doing this now for a number of years. Where would you like to see your business going?
I would like to have my own salon and incorporate everything which I've been doing over the last, say, 10 years, which is my clothing with leather. So it's basically a one-stop shop where you can come there, get your hair done, get leather, get shoes, get suit, you know, that sort of thing. So that's where I'd like to see myself in, let's say, a year or two. It should be there.
I think that brings us to the rapid fire questions. Yeah. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Wake up early.
What's your best moment as an entrepreneur?
Signing a lease right now.
And your biggest mistake?
Not waking up early.
What does an entrepreneur need to succeed?
Take risks.
What do you look for in people that you work with?
Similar qualities to what I have.
What does an entrepreneur need to succeed?
You need guts.
What makes South Africa a good place to be a small business owner?
Diverse. Design and Daba 2014 the year. It's a good year for you to get up off your ass and do something.
What's your biggest inspiration as a small business owner?
Everything is my inspiration. You can think of everything. Everything is different, but yeah.
What would you do differently?
I do it every day differently.
What keeps you awake at night?
My mind.
And what gets you going in the morning?
The sun gets me going in the morning.
Yaaseen, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you very much. We look forward to the coming weeks. We will bring you further South African entrepreneurs. I'm Paul Hobden. Thank you and goodbye.